Number one, never both be angry at the same time. Two, never yell at each other unless the house is on fire. If one of you has to win an argument, let it be your mate. Number four, if you must criticize, do it lovingly. Five, never bring up mistakes of the past. I hope the rest of us are listening to these, by the way. Number six, neglect the whole world rather than each other. Number seven, never go to sleep with an argument unsettled. Number eight, at least once each day, speak a kind or a complimentary word to your spouse. Remember that Chris needs significance, you need security. When you've done something wrong, admit it and ask forgiveness. It's a real key to a marriage that you work on year after year. It's a real key to keep that forgiveness and not hold and bring up things fast. Number 10, it takes two to make a quarrel. And unfortunately, the one in the wrong is usually the one who does the most talking. So I'd like to say to you that really allow those rules. If you'd like to have a copy of those, put in your refrigerator or bathroom mirror, we'll be glad to give them to you. But if you're ready now to commit yourselves to making this not just a wedding day, but a marriage that's going to last for a lifetime. If you're ready to make those vows, and I guess you're ready to do so? All right. So I'm going to say to you, Chris, before God and our Father, in the presence of these witnesses, will you, Chris, have Angelika be your wife? To live with her after God's ordinance in the holy estate of marriage? Will you love her? Will you provide for her, honor and keep her, forsaking all others, and preserve within this bond, holy and unbroken from this day forward? Angelika, before God our Father, and in the presence of these witnesses, will you have Chris to be your husband, to live with him after God's ordinance in the holy estate of marriage? Will you love him and comfort him and honor and keep him and forsaking all others? Will you preserve with him this bond from this day forward? You would join your right hands.
Angelika, when I first saw you, I thought you were so beautiful. You instantly put me at ease with your sincere person. As I got to know you, I found you to be hardworking, self-disciplined, and understanding. Always laughed as I chose, consider hard things. The feelings I have for you, I never had before. I love you. I've learned over the past year feeling a lot towards things. I have realized the choice. I choose who is to be. I know that there will be tough times ahead. I promise to you that I'll be with you. And since my strength is never enough, I promise you that I will turn to Jesus Christ as my foremost. I promise that I will work to keep God the center of our marriage. I will bless you. Angelika, in all the earth, you are the one person God has called me to love, second only to him. And I gladly accept it.
Angelika, do you accept this promise from Chris as a holy vow of marriage?
I promise to make an effort to improve our marriage every day, not just this event. This reminds me of Corinthians, where Alexander, Paul's peace of love always holds us. Over the past little while, I've taken that to mean that love holds out. It doesn't settle, but it always strives for improvement. That is my goal in this marriage, to improve it every day by drawing near to God, and with His help, practicing biblical love. That is another one of the promises that I make to you this day. I promise to treat love as a choice and not just as a feeling. I've learned that you may not always have the romantic feelings that are associated with love, but that someone who will take on beautiful characteristics like patience, kindness, selflessness, humility, and everything else that Paul mentions in Corinthians. Most importantly,
register. Together. Father, we pray that your blessing would be upon this union. That even as two have come in here and one goes out from here, even though there's still two, yet that they are become one here in this ceremony. And Father, as they come together, we ask that your blessing be upon their union, that your blessing be upon their lives, that your blessing be upon this marriage, Father. That in the times of sickness and in health, times when there are stress and there are needs, Lord, that your grace and your faith and your trust that you have invested within them will be sufficient. That they will draw upon you, Father. That they will know that your face is always upon them, that your eye is upon them, that your hand and your love is extended toward them. And Father, as they go forth from this place in the years before them, Father, go behind them. Be the rear guard behind them. Go before them. And Lord, give your angels charge over them, that they might be safe, that they might be in health, that they might have many years together. And Lord, let their lives, let this marriage, let their lives be a testimony of an expression of your like kind of love that can be expressed through two human beings. Lord, we commit them into your grace. We commit them into your love. We commit them into your provision, your guidance, and of all that you have for them. Lord, wherever you take them, may you go before them. May you overshadow them with blessing and love. May their love that they feel today be just a very small token of what they're going to experience as the years go by. A love that grows and grows and grows as they learn to communicate and learn to adapt and learn, Lord, just to be all that you've called them to be. We thank you for them. We bless them in you. And we commit them to your keeping from this day forward in Jesus Christ. Trees, but that's all right. I'd like to be the very first to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Chris Obradovich.
He says the wrong thing.
Good. Okay, guys, I got a couple shots. You guys can just look.
Section's gonna be. And the suspension bridge entrance is right over across the road there. For a little house restaurant. And that's where the wedding was, in the back there. $6 for cake. Talking over the details. Mel being reflective, wondering what's in that box. When was it, almost...
Arma.
Then what?
Make the bridge rock.
Well, of course. I'm not making the bridge rock. It's an earthquake. It's okay, go ahead.
Here, hold you. It's not deep. You could seriously wade through that. Oh, yeah. I don't have to do a touch. But look right there.
Yeah.
That's right on the edge.
Go ahead there, chicken.
one of
See you around.
yeah, white dress? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're just going back to reception right now, so.
Don't you think it's fun?
The arrival of Chris and Angelika Obradovich.
Okay, you can have it.
Although I must confess, when I first met you, I asked God a few times. Yes, this is who I've been praying for all these years. Are you sure? He eventually convinced me, and so did you, and you've won me over. I believe the two of you have a very high calling and the potential to accomplish great things together. Whether you actually fulfill all of your destiny, however, will be determined by the passion and grit you bring to this plan. Martin Luther said, "Pray like it all depends on God. Then, when you are done, go to work like it all depends on you." This is the key that I've proven in my life, and I hand it to you today. It will unlock many seemingly impossible doors. Whatever you face, remember the God factor. You are greater than just the two of you, and all things are possible.
Amen, amen.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything at all, and you know, it's kind of I'm not much for small talk and everything, and then you know, I'm sure Angelika's sitting there and saying, "I hope he doesn't embarrass me." Standing here and saying, "He better not embarrass her." Chris is sitting there, and I just can imagine it's going to
Embarrassed too.
Anyway, but I was inspired to say something, and so perhaps Sarah, I timed it, it's 3 minutes. Bear with me while I read this. 7,322 days ago, Angelika joined our family. She's always been in a hurry. Lynn was in labor a mere 3 hours before Angelika came along. Now it's been only 177 days since she's agreed to marry Chris. Again, she's in a hurry. In James chapter 4, verse 14, it says, "What is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanishes away." Pilots have an old saying, "The most useless commodities are the fuel you've used, the altitude above you, and the time you don't have." I want to encourage you both by saying you don't have time to fight or argue. You don't have time to second guess your decisions or the decisions of your partners. You don't have time to dwell on failure. You don't have time to be depressed or unhappy. You don't have time to wish the day would end, or for that matter, the week. You don't have time to be angry with your partner or a close friend. You don't have time to criticize, mock, or be jealous. You don't have time to wish for better circumstances. Enjoy each moment you have, or at least learn something. The Bible says a lot of things about time. It even seems to contradict itself. On the one hand, you're not to look at the past. If you know God, He doesn't remember your sinful past. You shouldn't.
Right.
You aren't to expect to do things the same way we always did it, or we did it the last time. We're to look at God in the present rather than in the past. On the other hand, God instructed the children of Israel to build monuments of great events to go back to them. And He's created ceremonies to remember the past. It may seem confusing, but what I take from all this is to draw your strength and faith from the victories and the good things of the past, but to look to Jesus in the now. You can be